So I was sent the Clayface trailer early, but was really, really sick when it dropped, so I wasn't able to react to it when I was sent it. So now we're going to be kind of breaking the trailer down in a discussion video of sorts. Getting right into it here, we have obviously what we saw from the set leaks and such, with all the bandages around his face. Shots of him on red carpets, his face being cut. Again, set leak stuff with the mask. Some sort of bit of the melting there. More of the melting. Definitely gonna have to censor this, but okay. Bit of the classic look there. Okay. So it was put over to with the track of the Flaming Lips' Do You Realize, which fans of James Gunn might recognize from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We're going to go back through a bit here as we had some bit of like flashbacks here. Don't know if this is going to be taken at the end of the movie or what of sorts with all the bandages here. Nothing really to get from this shot here. Looks like he's in a tank top, but going forward a bit, we have a flashback here of him in front of a crowd, obviously being the actor, him on a red carpet, I'm assuming. We have the light, something up in the corner there. Obviously, it could be something important, something Easter egg, some reference of sorts. James Gunn. All right, we have him being held down and his face being cut open here. Not quite sure what's happening here either. But, like, this is going to be gnarly for, like, I hope this has the same energy as Robert Pattinson's Batman world. Obviously, we know it's connected. It's chronologically, it's going to be set before Superman. This is going to be the first movie in the DC universe. So I'm interested in how they're going to take this. Obviously, we have Creature Commandos as well, which we know Clayface ends up being the clay monster. Next flash forward here, we have him with a mask. Obviously, his clay face, showing a bit here, the face deformity, and then this I'm assuming from the teaser, with the Gotham Chemicals thing. It looks like he does have the cut on his face here as well, the scarring from that. What could either be too bright to be blood, so also chemicals. Some experiment, obviously. We have him looking at his reflection with the melting face. Now, a big thing going into this, I was really interested based on the set leaks and stuff. Obviously, we didn't know going into this. I had the theory, have the theory. I don't know if it'll still be valid based on the trailer. That this is all actually in his mind, and it's kind of like him disassociating or losing his grip with reality or like his identity as a sort. Like it's kind of being used as a metaphor here, is what I originally was thinking going into it, as we have the melting face and like kind of him freaking out trying to hold his identity together. But obviously with the experiments and stuff, that kind of falls apart unless it is just him going insane, which we know it's not because Creature Commandos. We have kind of the shot from the poster here with his mouth melting here, which looks crazy. The CGI actually doesn't look too bad for it being a goopy creature. We have the amusement park, circus, whatever. This might be a hint at the Flying Graysons, as we had them on the set leak. There was a poster of them, but I'm not going to hold that with too much validity due to the fact that we also had the Robert Pattinson Batman logos on the set as well that were leaked being there. As well, the shot of who I believe is Naomi Aki. Moving forward more, we have the shot of what I would assume to be flesh of sorts, them kind of experimenting on stuff with this clay like substance. But not much we can get. There's just very, very, like, brief flashes as we see throughout the trailer. Another shot of his face melting. This girl screaming. Again, not much I can do with some of this information. We have what we're going to assume is Gotham City here. Again here, who I would assume would be Naomi Ackie's character, as she's going to be in the movie, seemingly attacking this person. So I'm curious on what her role is going to be here. I haven't really heard anything about her role in the movie, except that she's going to be in it. Them together, obviously. See, this again ties into why I was thinking it's kind of all in his head, because usually in shots with the mirror and stuff like this, it's kind of like, oh, it's all in their head. Like, they're imagining it all. We have the shot of this guy. Not much information to go off here. Again, flash for a second. This also random person. Doesn't look like Clayface, obviously. But this is probably going to be where the town hall was from that set leak, because we have the Gotham cars here. And then this is one of the real kicker shots in the trailer. We have obviously what something more Clayface is more known for is him being able to transform his limbs into these weapons, kind of like Sandman. We have him make the giant mace, which this is, like I was saying, kind of makes the theory I had fall apart, because he's actually morphing his body. So I'm curious if we're actually going to see this on screen or if it's just going to show this shadow. But very interested in that. Very interested in this movie overall. We have what appears to be him attacking this guy. And then him being pushed out a window. Or attacked. But either way, he's falling out the window. This girl that was screaming earlier as well. And then as we go forward more here, we have this shot of the bathtub, which was actually pointed out to me on Twitter. I'm glad I didn't make a video when I was sick for this, although I wanted to. But this was pointed out to me that this is actually his flesh. The whole bathtub is his flesh, which is not something I realized the first time I watched this, because this is all just flashing by very fast. The trailer's only about a minute, but it all flashes on screen like this very briefly. And this shot is actually him. It's the whole bathtub is him. It's his clay body. And then as we can see here, like even his neckline kind of right here-ish, on the bottom, it kind of like merges into his neck part right here and right here. And like he just kind of molds in the bathtub. And as you can see as well, it's kind of the same tone, skin tone as him. It's not really bathtub colored. It's not like a porcelain, anything of the sort. It matches and blends with his flesh here. So he's kind of just trying to hold himself together. And then lastly, we get this where obviously his face gets pulled down, wiped, and it's all melty. And that's where we end. But this comes out October 23rd. Feels like so far away. I'm so excited for this movie, actually. I'm like, it just feels so in line for what I hope would be in a Clayface movie. And I'm really excited to see more looks at this going forward in the year. We'll probably get more trailers after summer, I want to say, after that whole era of Supergirl and stuff's over, after that promotional stuff. Maybe around the same time that we start getting the Green Lantern show stuff is when we'll start having more promotional stuff for this pop-up, is what I'm hoping. Because, like I said, this has really, really great potential, especially based on the trailer. It's very in line with the Robert Pattinson's Batman universe, although it's not. But a lot of people love that feel, me included. And I'm glad we're going to be having this kind of, these differences in the vibes across the movies. A lot of people are talking about how, like, oh, this is very different than Superman. And yeah, I think it should be. It's very good that it is different than Superman, because this is a lot more serious of a story and of a character. And obviously we don't know much about Batman Brave and the Bold, or yeah, we haven't heard anything about that recently, but this is going to obviously tie into that eventually. A lot of people worry this is going to be like the Sony movies. Highly doubt that. I have a lot more faith in this compared to those from this trailer alone. And just generally, James Gunn seems really confident in his movies. But honestly, I think this stands out. This trailer I think this is going to be a great movie. I'm super excited to see more on this. Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer below. I know this kind of drags on a bit, but let me know.